friends. I hope that you all are doing well. This is Jasmine Ambrosia, and for those of you who might be new to my channel, I am a practicing witch and high priestess, and you can find all of my social media links down below in the description. For today's video, I want to kind of do a book review about Blackthorns' Botanical Brews. Potions, Magical Teas, and Spirited Libations by Amy Blackthorn, founder of Blackthorn Hoodoo Blends. Now, this is a book that I have been eyeing for quite some time. And first of all, I think the cover of this book is so aesthetic. I know that if I was out and about in a bookstore and this book happened to come across me, based upon the cover of the book alone, I would definitely purchase this book. I really think that a lot of effort went into the creation of this book. This is a nice hardcover, and I think the artwork is very pleasing to the eye. Truly delightful, magical, and tactical approach to conjuring potions. Experience liquid magic. One part of The Drunken Botanist, one part Blackthorn's Botanical Magic, shaken, not stirred. Blackthorn's Botanical Brews offers a fresh and fun way to incorporate botanical magic into your kitchen, cocktail parties, rituals, home remedies, and magical gatherings and events of all kinds. Blackthorn's Botanical Brews has something for everyone. This book outlines the magical uses for many well-loved traditional beverage ingredients found throughout time. Readers learn what potions are and what purpose they serve, and how to create their own brews, bitters, vermouths, and kombucha, as well as how to blend the perfect tea for their magical desires. Here's what you'll find. To know your spirits. Fruit feeling frisky, making soda and syrups. Finding magic in the kitchen and the bar. What to do with leftover potions, and sober solutions and substitutes, the magic of mocktails. And then we have a little bit about Amy, the author, here as well, which here's what the back of the book looks like, and here is Amy's photo. Amy Blackthorn has a certification in aromatherapy and incorporates her experiences in traditional witchcraft with her horticultural studies. Amy's company, Blackthorn Hoodoo Blends, creates tea based on old hoodoo formulas. You can visit her at www.amyblackthorn.com. Feel free to pause this here if you'd like to take a look at the back. Now, this book was about $20 US. The back of the cover says $18.95. I just want to say to you that this is not a sponsored video. This is going to be my honest and true review of this book. Amy Blackthorn has not paid me to say anything that I'm saying here about this book. This is not sponsored. I bought this book of my own money, specifically because I was interested in the spirited libation portion of the book. I think that having cakes and ale after ritual is a part of ritual that I really enjoy. And I was hoping that by looking at this book, it would kind of give me some ideas to kind of make my own cocktails. Because while I love witchy books, I always like to read them, digest them, and then kind of incorporate what I like and what works for me and leave what doesn't. And my intention with buying this book was hoping that I would be able to make some fun witchy cocktails for the Sabbats, but not just 8 times a year, not just for the major and cross-quarter Sabbats, but also just for day-to-day kind of life motions, making cocktails, drinks, or mocktails, sober versions as well, because I think that as witches. And I'm going to link Amy's video down below in the description as well, where she talks about this book. But as witches, everything that we do is inherently witchy. And I very much believe that. So whether it's making yourself something to drink, that in itself can be witchy. You can push your intention and your energy into what you are consuming. And any of the ingredients that you use within the cocktail or the mocktail have correspondences that you can utilize for love or protection or money, success, happiness, or abundance. So think about that next time you're making yourself something to drink. Think about the ritualistic aspect of what you are eating or what you are drinking. Think about those mundane ingredients. And what their magical correspondences might be. I think that this is a really fun way to bring magic into our everyday lives. So getting into this book, let's take a look first at the contents. So of course we have our acknowledgements, which are beautiful, and I'm not going to read them here in this video, but please feel free to take a look for yourself. So the first bit of this book would be the introduction. This includes the basics of magic and what you're going to find in this book. The second portion of this book is what makes it magical, where we define magic, talk about science and magic, how to make magic, and then most importantly, making our drinks into potions. The third portion of this book is tools of the brew. I love that it says brewcraft. I just think that's so cool. So we have the wand or the muddler, the chalice, as in glassware and spoons, the athame, knives, strippers, and zesters, the pentacle, the cutting board, and using your bar cabinet as altar space. Getting to know your allies is the next portion of this book, on spirits and ingredients, absinthe, amaretto, beer, hops, bourbon, rum, gin, vodka, and wine. The next portion of this book would be botanical brews in the kitchen. Apple, blackthorn slough, cherry, lime, pine, strawberry, and vanilla. For more fun in the kitchen, you can also take a look at fire cider, kombucha, ginger bug, and infused vinegars. Botanical brews in the bar is our next portion. Infused liquors, tea-infused vodka, make your own bitters, make your own vermouth, and cocktail recipes. The next chapter, fruit feeling frisky, with switchel, shrubs, syrups, al-sharam. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not, so forgive me. The next chapter, love potion, chapter 9, tea and honey magic. This includes the magical uses of tea, charging your tea with intent, designing a tea spell, the magical uses of honey, and magical tea recipes. The next chapter, mixing drinks and friends, how to design the perfect signature drink, creating seasonal cocktails for group rituals, parties, and more. The next chapter, what to do with leftover potions, libation, sweets, meats, and other treats. The next chapter, a cautious witch and things to consider, a word of caution, or a few thousand of them, the law of contagion, but that's not poison. Natural does not mean safe. And for the 13th chapter, we have the closing thoughts. Botanical classification, the recipe index, and bibliography. So this book, like the cover says, is all about making herbal potions, magical teas, and spirited libations. And that is exactly why I decided to purchase this book. I really want to focus more on natural remedies and also making magic in my kitchen. I do spend a lot of time in the kitchen, whether it be making food, drinks, syrups. That is something that is a big part of my practice. So any way that I can incorporate magic into my cooking, my culinary, my baking, or my cocktail making is right up my alley. So I was very excited to get this book. One of my favorite pages in this book, or my favorite recipes, if you will, is Bad Boy Be Gone. And on this page, Amy has written, "We all have someone in our past that reminds us of how nice things used to be. We are fighting the ghosts of our memories, and our memories lie to us. Things were never as rosy as our hormones want us to think that they were. Don't text that someone, but banish them from your bedroom and your libido with this cocktail. Place all ingredients minus the cherry into the cocktail shaker with ice and power the potion by shaking it as hard as you can until the frost forms on the metal cocktail shaker, and serve it in a martini glass." Now, there's a whole recipe and much more about that specific brew in this book that I encourage you to take a look at for yourself. I definitely think that this book is something that you would enjoy, especially if you enjoy kitchen witchery or ways to incorporate magic into your everyday life. I think Amy has done an absolutely incredible job about laying all of this out for you in a way that's easy to understand and fun to implement. There are also a multitude of spells that you can perform within your kitchen using everyday kitchen implements here in this book as well. By knot of 1, this spell has begun. By knot of 2, you'll pay your dues. By knot of 3, I am free. By knot of 4, no more tears I pour. By knot of 5, I feel alive. By knot of 6, no one falls for your tricks. By knot of 7, myself I've forgiven. By knot of 8, you won't be late. By knot of 9, I'm feeling fine. By knot of 10, there's no more remember when. By knot of 11, no hell or heaven. And by knot of 12, this spell I salve. And that's in the peaceful parting spell. I also like that in this book, in the getting to know your allies portion, we talk about the different magical correspondences of various spirits, such as absinthe. The element is water. The day is Monday. Magical uses: protection, divination, lust, love, invoking nature spirits, healing, and sleep. The planet is the moon. Astrological sign is Cancer. Suggested crystal is hematite. And the deity/spirit would be Hecate Diana. Warnings. I like that she included warnings. Wormwood is an aminiogog and arbitrophysit. Do not ingest if pregnant or nursing. It can increase flow in menstruating persons. I'm getting tongue-tied. The essential oil can cause seizures in those with a history of seizure. I like that we included that, Amy. That was really good. Anise seed for protecting babies, increasing appetite and purification. Calamus for commanding balance, love, peace, and compelling. Coriander for clairvoyance, divination, property retention, and healing. Fennel for protection, healing, purification, and warding off evil spirits. Hyssop for sleep disorders, conception, and growth. Licorice for nourishing, road opening, endurance, fidelity, love, lust, and being heard. Melissa for love, fertility, antidepressants and compassion, and star anise for contacting other planes, meditation, and divination. Attracting tutelary spirits, laying a hex, sweetening someone's disposition, contacting the dead, peace and care for the dying, and dreaming of a future lover are all other things that you will find in this book as well. No, I really enjoy this book. And if I had to give it a 1 through 10, 10 being the best book ever, 1 being I wish I didn't spend my money on this, I would have to give this book likely a 9. And if I have to give this book 1 to 5 stars, I would probably give it a 4.5. I'm going to take a half point off, and I'm going to tell you why. I love this book. I highly recommend this book. If you would like to bring magic into your kitchen, into your food, your culinaries, your cocktails, your mocktails, your teas, if that is your thing, you're going to want to go ahead and get this book. This book is great. My main complaint, and it's kind of like 2 parts here, but for one, I wish it was longer than 13 chapters. Okay? I love content. So I do wish that this book was a bit longer, but for $20 for what you get from this book, you get a lot of information. You really do. My other complaint is that I wish there was more specific recipes on alcoholic beverages, on the cakes and ale, on baking and making cocktails. And I personally, as someone who does drink an adult beverage from time to time, I do wish that there was a little bit more spell work and ritual involved in making these cocktails. However, there are quite a few in this book already. So this is not an insult to Amy whatsoever, because Amy has at least about a dozen different sorts of cocktails that you can make. I am just kind of a nerd and would love to learn all of the magical cocktails I can. However, in this book, Amy does provide you ways to connect with the plant devas and your ingredients to also formulate your own recipes, so you don't just have to rely on what they provide you in this book. This book is a great starting place for kitchen witches or bartending witches or tea making witches who are interested in incorporating magic into their practice. And it can be something as simple as making tea for someone who comes over and you need to have a conversation with them. Or it could be something as simple as ordering a drink for a friend out at a bar and you're trying to build a relationship with them and make something long lasting. I hope that you guys will check out this book. It has my signed, sealed, and delivered stamp of approval. I've really enjoyed reading through this book, and I'm looking forward to making some of the cocktails myself. And if you try any of the cocktails in Amy's book, please comment down below. Let me know what you think, and let me know which ones that you like, and how are your results with the cocktails that you made. I will leave all of the delicious links down below, and until next time, blessed be.